Om Namo Narayana. Respected friends, welcome. Gratitude, salutations, prayers together to the Divine to keep us on this path relentlessly so that we reach out very soon without any delays because of our own mistakes. Here we are to do our 7 activities as consciously our sadhana and tapasya. No need of any shyness or inhibition or doubt, etc. We are doing good thing, better thing, best thing. So with that Shraddha, all the 7 things we do to invoke the grace of Parabrahma Tattva, to invoke the grace of Ishvara Jagannatha, also the Guru Gana, Devata Gana and Shastra Gana. Here we are also to understand our Vyaktitva and its Vikasa, necessity of it. 7 things we are doing are Veda Parayanam, Mantra Japa, Artha Dhyana Sahita, Sharanagati, Prarthana Yukta. Then common sense thought, Shanti Mantra, Sankalpa, Umarsan Mantra Ucharana, Upanishad Mantra Adhyayanam, Shwethashwathara Upanishad Adhyayanam going on, last 6 chapter. Tatastha and Sarupa Lakshanas of Parabrahma are being told for us to clearly meditate on and realize it. The best of the topics that we are touching, only we have to realize that it is the best one. Mm, okay, let us start with the first aspect of our Veda Parayanam, that is Chandogya Upanishad. Successfully we have done the 7 chapters, the last 8th adhyaya chanting, which has got 15 khandas, we have to do in our next maybe 1 week's time. Let us do the first khanda today and also the second, though both of them together will take some 10-12 minutes. Start. ॐ अथ वेदपारायणम् अथ सामवेदीय छान्दोग्योपनिषत् अथ अष्टमोऽध्यायः अथ प्रथमः खण्डः ॐ अथ यदिदम् अस्मिन् ब्रह्मपुरे ॐ अथ यदिदम् अस्मिन् ब्रह्मपुरे दहरं पुण्डरीकं वेश्म दहरं पुण्डरीकं वेश्म दहरोऽस्मिन् अन्तराकाशः दहरोऽस्मिन्नन्तराकाशः तस्मिन् यदन्तः तस्मिन् यदन्तः तदन्वेष्टव्यं तदन्वेष्टव्यम् तद्वाव विजिज्ञासितव्यम् इति तद्वाव विजिज्ञासितव्यम् इति तं चेत् ब्रूयुः तं चेत् ब्रूयुः यद् इदम् अस्मिन् ब्रह्मपुरे यद् इदम् अस्मिन् ब्रह्मपुरे दहरं पुण्डरीकं वेश्म दहरं पुण्डरीकं वेश्म दहरोऽस्मिन् अन्तराकाशः दहरोऽस्मिन्नन्तराकाशः किं तदत्र विद्यते किं तदत्र विद्यते यदन्वेष्टव्यं यदन्वेष्टव्यं यद्वाव विजिज्ञासितव्यम् इति यद्वाव विजिज्ञासितव्यम् इति स ब्रूयात् यावान्वा स ब्रूयात् यावान्वा अयम् आकाशः अयमाकाशः तावान् एषो अन्तर्हृदये आकाशः तावान् एषो अन्तर्हृदये आकाशः उभे अस्मिन् द्यावा पृथिवी उभे अस्मिन् द्यावा पृथिवी अन्तरेव समाहिते अन्तरेव समाहिते उभावग्निश्च वायुश्च उभावग्निश्च वायुश्च सूर्याचन्द्रमसा उभौ सूर्याचन्द्रमसा उभौ विद्युन्नक्षत्राणि विद्युन्नक्षत्राणि यच्चास्येहास्ति यच्च नास्ति यच्चास्येहास्ति यच्च नास्ति सर्वं तद् अस्मिन् समाहितम् इति सर्वं तद् अस्मिन् समाहितम् इति तं चेत् ब्रूयुः तं चेत् ब्रूयुः अस्मिगंश्चेत् इदं ब्रह्मपुरे अस्मिगंश्चेत् इदं ब्रह्मपुरे सर्वगं समाहितगं सर्वगं समाहितगं सर्वाणि च भूतानि सर्वाणि च भूतानि सर्वे च कामाः सर्वे च कामाः यदैतज्जरावाप्नोति यदैतत् जरावाप्नोति प्रध्वगं सते वा प्रध्वगं सते वा किं ततः अतिशिष्यते इति किं ततोऽतिशिष्यते इति स ब्रूयात् न अस्य जरया एतज्जीर्यते स ब्रूयात् न अस्य जरया एतत् जीर्यते न वधेनास्य हन्यते न वधेनास्य हन्यते एतत् सत्यं ब्रह्मपुरम् एतत् सत्यं ब्रह्मपुरम् अस्मिन् कामाः समाहिताः अस्मिन् कामाः समाहिताः एष आत्मा अपहत पाप्मा एष आत्मा अपहत पाप्मा विजरो विमृत्युर्विशोको विजरो विमृत्युर्विशोको विजिगत्सो अभिपासः विजिघत्सो अभिपासः सत्यकामः सत्यसङ्कल्पः सत्यकामः सत्यसङ्कल्पः यथा हि एव इह प्रजाः अन्वाविशन्ति यथा ह्येवेह प्रजा अन्वाविशन्ति यथानुशासनं यं यम् अन्तम् अभिकामा भवन्ति यं यमन्तमभिकामा भवन्ति यं जनपदं यं क्षेत्रभागं यं जनपदं यं क्षेत्रभागं तं तमेवोपजीवन्ति तं तमेवोपजीवन्ति तत् यथेह कर्मचितो लोकः क्षीयते तद्यथेह कर्मचितो लोकः क्षीयते एवमेव अमुत्र पुण्यजितो लोकः क्षीयते एवमेव अमुत्र पुण्यजितो लोकः क्षीयते तद्य इह आत्मानम् अननुविद्य तद्य इह आत्मानमननुविद्य व्रजन्ति व्रजन्ति एतागंश्च सत्यान् कामागुम् एतागंश्च सत्यान् कामागुम् तेषागं सर्वेषु लोकेषु तेषागं सर्वेषु लोकेषु कामचारो भवति कामचारो भवति अतयः इह आत्मानमनुविद्य अतय इह आत्मानमनुविद्य व्रजन्ते व्रजन्ते एतागंश्च सत्यान् कामागुम् एतागंश्च सत्यान् कामागुम् तेषागं सर्वेषु लोकेषु कामचारो भवति तेषागं सर्वेषु लोकेषु कामचारो भवति इति प्रथमः खण्डः अथ द्वितीयः खण्डः स यदि पितृलोककामो भवति स यदि पितृलोककामो भवति सङ्कल्पादेव अस्य पितरः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते सङ्कल्पादेव अस्य पितरः समुत्तिष्ठन्ति तेन पितृलोकेन सम्पन्नो महीयते तेन पितृलोकेन सम्पन्नो महीयते अथ यदि मातृलोककामो भवति अथ यदि मातृलोककामो भवति सङ्कल्पात् एव अस्य मातरः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते सङ्कल्पादेवास्य मातरः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते तेन मातृलोकेन सम्पन्नो महीयते तेन मातृलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। अथ यदि भ्रातृलोककामो भवति अथ यदि भ्रातृलोककामो भवति संकल्पादेव अस्य भ्रातरः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते। संकल्पाद् एव अस्य भ्रातरः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते। तेन भ्रातृलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। तेन भ्रातृलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। अथ यदि स्वश्रुलोककामो भवति अथ यदि स्वश्रुलोककामो भवति संकल्पादेवास्य स्वसारः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते। संकल्पादेवास्य स्वसारः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते। तेन स्वश्रुलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। तेन स्वश्रुलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। अथ यदि सखिलोककामो भवति अथ यदि सखिलोककामो भवति संकल्पादेवास्य सखायः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते। संकल्पादेवास्य सखायः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते। तेन सखिलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। तेन सखिलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। अथ यद्यन्नपानलोककामो भवति अथ यदि अन्नपानलोककामो भवति संकल्पादेव अस्य अन्नपाने समुत्तिष्ठतः। संकल्पादेवास्य अन्नपाने समुत्तिष्ठतः। तेनान्नपानलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। तेन अन्नपानलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। अथ यदि गीतवादित्रलोककामो भवति अथ यदि गीतवादित्रलोककामो भवति संकल्पादेवास्य गीतवादित्रे समुत्तिष्ठतः। संकल्पादेवास्य गीतवादित्रे समुत्तिष्ठतः। तेन गीतवादित्रलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। तेन गीतवादित्रलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। अथ यदि स्त्रीलोककामो भवति अथ यदि स्त्रीलोककामो भवति संकल्पादेवास्य स्त्रियः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते। संकल्पाद् एव अस्य स्त्रियः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते। तेन स्त्रीलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। तेन स्त्रीलोकेन संपन्नो महीयते। यं यम् अनन्तम् अभिकामो भवति यं यम् अनन्तम् अभिकामो भवति यं काम कामयते यं कामं कामयते यं कामं कामयते सोऽस्य संकल्पादेव समुत्तिष्ठति। सोऽस्य संकल्पादेव समुत्तिष्ठति। तेन संपन्नो महीयते। तेन संपन्नो महीयते। इति द्वितीयः खण्डः। ओमथ सामवेदीय छान्दोग्योपनिषद अथ अष्टमोऽध्यायः प्रथमः खण्डः। ओम अत यद इदम् अस्मिन् ब्रह्मपुरे दहरं पुण्डरीकं वेश्म दहरः अस्मिन्नन्तराकाशः तस्मिन् यदन्तः तदन्वेष्टव्यं तद्वाव विजिज्ञासितव्यम् इति तं चेद् ब्रूयुर् यद् इदमस्मिन् ब्रह्मपुरे दहरं पुण्डरीकं वेश्म दहरः अस्मिन् अन्तराकाशः किं तद् अत्र विद्यते यदन्वेष्टव्यं यद्वाव विजिज्ञासितव्यम् इति स ब्रूयात् यावान् वा अयमाकाशः तावान् एषो अन्तर्हृदय आकाशः उभे अस्मिन् द्यावा पृथिवी अन्तरेव समाहिते उभावग्निश्च वायुश्च सूर्याचन्द्रमसा उभौ विद्युन्नक्षत्राणि यच्चेस्य यच्चास्येहास्ति यच्च नास्ति सर्वं तद् अस्मिन् समाहितमिति तं चेद् ब्रूयुर् अस्मिगंश्चेदिदगं ब्रह्मपुरे सर्वगं समाहितगं सर्वाणि च भूतानि सर्वे च कामाः यदैतज्जरा वा आप्नोति प्रध्वगं स ते वा किं ततः अतिशिष्यते इति स ब्रूयात् न अस्य जरया एतज्जीर्यते न वधेनास्य हन्यते एतत् सत्यं ब्रह्मपुरम् अस्मिन् कामाः समाहिताः एष आत्मा अपहत पाप्मा विजरो विमृत्युः विशोकः विजिगत्सो अपिपासः सत्यकामः सत्यसङ्कल्पो यथा हि एव इह प्रजा अन्वाविशन्ति यथानुशासनं यं यम् अन्तमभिकामा भवन्ति यं जनपदं यं क्षेत्रभागं तं तम् एव उपजीवन्ति तद्यथेह कर्मचितो लोकः क्षीयते एवमेवामुत्र पुण्यजितो लोकः क्षीयते तद्य इह आत्मानम् अननुविद्या व्रजन्ते एतागंश्च सत्यान् कामागंस्तेषागं सर्वेषु लोकेषु अकामचारो भवति अत य इह आत्मानम् अनविद्या व्रजन्ते एतागंश्च सत्यान् कामागं स्तेषागं सर्वेषु लोकेषु कामचारो भवति इति प्रथमः खण्डः अथ द्वितीयः खण्डः स यदि पितृलोककामो भवते सङ्कल्पादेवास्य पितरः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते तेन पितृलोकेन सम्पन्नो भवत्महीयते अथ यदि मातृलोककामो भवते सङ्कल्पादेवास्य मातरः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते तेन मातृलोकेन सम्पन्नो महीयते अथ यदि भ्रातृलोककामो भवते सङ्कल्पादेवास्य भ्रातरः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते तेन भ्रातृलोकेन सम्पन्नो महीयते अथ यदि स्वश्रुलोककामो भवते सङ्कल्पादेवास्य स्वसारः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते तेन स्वश्रुलोकेन सम्पन्नो महीयते अथ यदि सखिलोककामो भवते सङ्कल्पादेवास्य सखायः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते तेन सखिलोकेन सम्पन्नो महीयते अथ यदि गन्धमा माल्यलोककामो भवते सङ्कल्पादेवास्य गन्धमाल्ये समुत्तिष्ठतः तेन गन्धमाल्यलोकेन सम्पन्नो महीयते अत यदि अन्नपानलोककामो भवते सङ्कल्पादेवास्य अन्नपाने समुत्तिष्ठतः तेनान्नपानलोकेन सम्पन्नो महीयते अथ यदि गीतवादित्रलोककामो भवते सङ्कल्पादेवास्य गीतवादित्रे समुत्तिष्ठतः तेन गीतवादित्रलोकेन सम्पन्नो महीयते अथ यदि स्त्रीलोककामो भवति सङ्कल्पादेवास्य स्त्रियः समुत्तिष्ठन्ते तेन स्त्रीलोकेन सम्पन्नो महीयते यं यम् अनन्तम् अभिकामो भवति यं कामं कामयते सोऽस्य सङ्कल्पादेव समुत्तिष्ठति तेन सम्पन्नो महीयते इति द्वितीयः खण्डः शान्तिः 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 देखो once in the hridayakasha existing Paramatma Tattva is realized. After that, whatever you demand, you ask for, it is just freely supplied. First, realize the self. That is the essence that is being guided therein. What an important topic. And like that, we have seen while chanting this Chandogya Upanishad how many wonderful topics have come. It's going to be a great feast when we start studying it. So too is the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Let us see by God's grace after we do our this Shwethashwathara. Friends, in our second topic of the day, it is Mantrocharana as a japa. Mantrocharana with the dhyanam on the artha. Mantrocharana training ourselves to have the bhavana, bhakti and mantrocharana for the Sharanagati also. Through that only, finally, that mantrocharana we are doing while praying to the divine to bless us. Like this, we started 2-3 months back. Many mantras we have done. Last 12 days, we are doing Gayatri mantra Ucharana. Among them, so many wonderful things. Yesterday, Guru Gayatri, we saw. Today, we will do Sri Mahalakshmi Gayatri mantra. Mahalakshmi Mata, again Sakshat Parabrahma Swarupini, again Parameshwari, and she herself, again in that Mahalakshmi Rupena, Narayana's concert, she is there. She is the one who has come during the Ksirasagara Mathanam. And for all the bhaktas, you and I, she is the one to bless us by removing the Maya, the Brahmanubhuti and Moksha. She also will bless us by removing all the avidyas, all the what you call difficulties, problems, samsara. She can give the outer sampada, she can give us the inner sampada. All these devatas are Brahman only. For us to be able to access, they appear in this form. And that Brahman has infinite Maya Shakti that belongs to them too. That Maya Shakti, in whatever the way the Bhakta prays or desires or wants the Anugraha Vara boon, that Maya Shakti they use to bless that bhaktas in that way. That's how it functions. You and I do the same thing, but what we ask from the mother is not anything ordinary binding things of the world. We ask for only one thing. O mother, bless me with the Brahma Tattva Anubhuti. First you give that. बात की बात बाद में. So in this way, the most divine Ashtabhuja Kamala Vasini mother we can meditate. Here also in this Gayatri, Vidmahe Dhimahi Prachodayat. Don't forget these three things. Vidmahe is confirmedly, convincingly, we know and accept the presence of Mother with all her these powers as well as grace, blessings, krupa, karuna. In that Vidmahe, add all these things. Dhimahi mein, therefore, to such mother, we are doing all the upasanas and all stotra parayanams and everything to please her. Finally, doing dhyana of her in our heart, very close to. Prachodayat mein, we pray to her to do the prachodanam in us so that we rise above from the jiva bhava because of all the unwanted identities, withdrawing from them, identify with the Brahma Tattva. In that direction, in that alone direction, the mother should do the prachodhanam. We should be very clear in our prayer. गलती से गलत prayer कर दिया तो वो वाला आ जाएगा फिर. You know, like in online orderings, by mistake you press some other thing, then other thing will come. Then you shout at them कि आपने ये क्यों भेजा, and they show the proof. This is what you have ordered. हाँ, as the world is made out of Sankalpa by Ishvara, for you and I Jiva also, our around world, whatever we have, is because of our own Sankalpa, Prayatna and Prarthana. So, that beautiful check let us encash now. Our Sankalpa should be, Prayatna should be, Prarthana to the Lord also should be, only for the ultimate. Good that our regular Upanishadic Shravanadhyena strengthening in us this thought, this desire, weakening all other desires. Hopefully, we are to touching this topic in every class, all through the day. So, with all the logics, with all the examples, how only a Brahmanubhavi is the Trupta. Everybody else is Asantrupta and conditioned only. Knowingly, जानबूझकर हम ऐसे किसी और कुछ मांगे. People those who are asking of the things of the world, they are not exposed to Upanishads. They are not understood about the presence of the infinite substratum. They are never aware that you and I, as an individual, can identify that with that infinity and experience that infinitude, Purnata, Anantata. उनको नहीं पता. That is said in Upanishads only. They are not lucky enough to study Upanishads. We are lucky. We are blessed. So for us, only thing to be sankalpita is this. Therefore, naha dhiyaha prachodayat may mainly this prarthana. And to achieve to that goal, wherever the buddhi has to be active, alert, O mother, bless me accordingly. So that on the path straight I am moving, no obstacles coming. Even if they come, I am able to easily negotiate through them with your blessings. That's meaning of Nahadiyaha Prachodayat. Okay. So the mantra is Om Mahadevyai cha Vidmahe Vishnu Patnyai cha Dhimahi. कहीं विष्णु पत्नी भी बोलते हैं. We do the fourth case only. विष्णु पत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी दीर्घ एंड विसर्ग तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात्. Okay. Now, Mahadevi means Mahadeva, like that. Mahadevi means feminine word used. Maha says supreme most. Devi is like Devaha Prakasha Swarupini. Deva or Devi, when it comes to Vedanta, it's only the word in feminine or masculine gender. Both of them mean that pure conscious self, which is not the Sharira, therefore it is beyond all the genders. Gender belongs to Dehana, only to the body the gender. Go beyond the body, even to the Indriyas, there is no gender. Isn't it I? Is it masculine or feminine? But still, it is masculine according to Sanskrit Bhasha. Not it is masculine for it is not a stula. Isn't it? Like Vani, it is feminine. Not feminine because it is feminine. It is not a body only. But because of Samskrita Shabda, it is Vani, the feminine word. Like that. So Mahadeva, Mahadevi both indicate the same conscious self. Maha means supremost. Deva Shabda used, therefore Deva Dyotana Prakasha. So Mahadevyai cha vidmahe, then Vishnu Patnyai cha dhimahi. And she will play the secondary role also. When we say the Vishnu is Bhagavan and Narayana, she will be his consort, she will be his power or Shakti. Okay. Now, never such doubts should come to us. Whenever the doubts come, Vishnu is great or Vishnu Patni is great, what do you understand by Vishnu and Vishnu Patni? That you have to ask that person. Then we have to give the answer. The highest answer is, first of all, there are no two. They are one only. Second is, when the matter of creation comes into effect, the Vishnu through his Shakti Vishnu Maya, he projects everything. Now here, the Vishnu Maya which is projecting the world, be attentive, cannot exist without Vishnu. At the same time, for Vishnu to project the world, the Maya is required. So that way, at the time of creation, both have the equal role to play. Only two things. In the time of creation, they are equal role to play. When you go beyond creation, they are not two, only one. When it is one, whether you call it as Vishnu or Lakshmi, it is your choice. But it is one only. If you say Vishnu, invariably the Lakshmi is included in that. And if you say Lakshmi, invariably Vishnu included in that. One without second में दोनों है नहीं ये one तो है. So in this way, when such funny or mental doubts come, they have to be answered like this, like Vishnu Patni. Therefore, from what standpoint it must have been spoken? From the creation standpoint. Okay, Vishnu Patni cha dhimahi. So Purusha and Prakriti both are required for the Srishti. है ना? That discussion of who is great among them, isn't it? Nobody is great. Both are equally required at the time of creation. When the creation is not there, who is greater in both of them? That question doesn't arise because they are not two at the time. The one without second. When it is one without second, you call it as Narayana or Lakshmi. It doesn't matter. You are talking about the same truth. Word may be different, name may be different. Isn't it? Think in that way, catch it. So Vishnu Patnyai cha dhimahi tanno tat. Tanno means tat and Lakshmi go together. Naha means all of us. Prachodaya means may that mother do the prachodanam of all of us. Naha means plural. Because I alone, if I am on the sadhana, if others are not on sadhana, if they are in samsara, they may pull me, they may disturb me, they may distract me. It is better all of us do sadhana. Therefore, may she do prachodanam not only of me, naha means all. And every one of them. Tanno Garuda prachodayat, Tanno Vishnu prachodayat, Tanno Rudra prachodayat, Tanna Shanmukha prachodayat. हर जगह पे हम सब के लिए प्रार्थना हो रहा है, isn't it? सबका, like in the family, everybody should go together. If one goes in the other direction, it is disturbing to the others. Therefore, tannaha lakshmi prachodayat. Another side, this being the actual and sole goal of all jivas, praying that all jivas should evolve spiritually is valid. It's not wrong. है ना? That can be done. Tannaha lakshmi prachodayat. For all jivas we are doing prarthana. अब कोई आकर कहता है, but in all jivas I am also included. Why are you doing prarthana to me? Somebody can say, तुमको no बोलो. You can tell him, okay, you by your choice eliminate from this word all. I say all, but you add for yourself except me. You add it. I will say for all. तुमको नहीं चाहिए, हाँ तुम अपने आप मना कर लो. This is how, if somebody funny one says, I don't want moksha, I just want to continue the life of bondage. उनके लिए ऐसा कहना. Okay, now enjoy. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. Feel the mother in the heart, seated on the lotus. We have worshipped her. Now we are through this mantra while surrendering, praying to her. Om. This is Stuti, this is Sharanagati, this is Prarthana. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ श्री महालक्ष्मी मात्रे नमः. मां रक्ष रक्ष परिपाहि परिपाहि पालय पालय समस्तदुर्गुणान् नाशय नाशय सद्गुणान् देहि देहि समस्त अज्ञानवासनान् नाशय नाशय सुज्ञानसंस्कारान् देहि समस्तबन्धनान् नाशय नाशय मोक्षं देहि परमात्मानुभूतिं देहि. Tune that way to the divine every day as much as possible. Yes, friends, two atoms we have done. The third one now, the common sense thing. What is today's common sense thought? Is key, same thing which we have seen few days back and all. Key, we have to keep pausing in life. So many times it's required. You know, like on the Lal Batti on the main road, nowadays वो सिस्टम निकाल कर सारे यू टर्न्स बना रहे वैसे तो which is calculated the other day, consuming so much of extra petrol, cost of which is running to some hundreds of crores. To avoid the Lal Batti, what they made it, remove that Lal Batti, you keep moving straight for next 200, 300 meters, take a U-turn if you have to go right. And take U-turn, come back for those 200 meters again, take left. That's what is happening all over country. Estimated cost is running in some thousands of crores because millions of vehicles are that way traveling extra distance, isn't it? अब उसका कुछ alternative ढूंढना पड़े, है ना? You cannot just neglect it. और कोई बड़ा गाड़ी मानो जिसका 1 लीटर पेट्रोल 3 किलोमीटर ही चलता है, isn't it? It's a big amount. Some sophisticated vehicles are there. So, in that way, every day in how many junctions such vehicles they have to necessarily move, costing extra for the customers, बेचारे हम सबको लग रहा है वो. Anyway, it has its own calculation. Time is important, money is important. Anyway, my point is not that. The लाल बत्ती में the लाल बत्ती होती है, it's called stop. Then orange light is there, look. Then green is there, proceed. In life also, always you have to stop, look and proceed. Pause, look and proceed. Everywhere, all through. Wherever we are, in whichever profession. In whichever profession, in whichever the duties, all of that I will not talk. Hint is given, you catch. We talk here about Adhyatmika Rupena Eva. Right now only, pause and look or think. Ki are we really, lovingly, seriously, sincerely attending these classes regularly? Pause and see. We are not asking you to give the answer. Just the question is left to you, give to yourself. Then, consequently, if at all we are regular, serious, sincere, is the understanding about the supreme reality entering into our heart? Because that's the only thing we are talking, Subha, Dopar, Sham. We are not here talking politics or science or sports. कुछ कर रहे हैं क्या अपन? तो एग्जाम्पल देते बीच में, but that's never our subject. So when so many classes we are listening, is that understanding about the presence of Paramatma Tattva, and more importantly, that alone is reality. How much it is happening in us, understanding. We have to pause and see, na? Then only that alone is Mahima Yukta. That understanding should come. From that comes the thought that if at all we have to catch something, get something, gain something, it has to be only Paramatma. Isn't it? Is it happening in us? Very important. And that should sustain throughout the day. Not suddenly for a minute when I say, suddenly for a second when I say here on the class, or when you listen to someone, oh yeah, yes, our goal should be Paramatma. Not that way. That is not sufficient. That has to be in our heart all through the day and not in the priority list. Then the only item in the list. Isn't it? There no second item to say this is first. This is the only. To that level we have to reach to. है ना? Like when we move somewhere, always there is a clarity. मैं दुकान जा रहा हूँ या मैं मकान जा रहा हूँ या मैं वहाँ मार्केट जा रहा हूँ or I'm going to my relatives friends place to trouble them. So you have a clarity. You don't just blindly walk. Everywhere there is a clarity. But do we have clarity ultimately about the life? What I have to finally reach to? What I have to finally achieve? Mhm. As a result of regular study of Upanishad, that spashtata we should pause and think whether we have got it or not. That time there's a question like the pause, look, and proceed. May the looking aspect. Ki, this is my goal, nothing else other than it. This is my goal. This is not my goal. This is my goal. This is not my goal. Did we ever say in our heart? We always let it so loose that even though we get a chance to listen to Upanishad every day, still for us, the goal is something in the world only. It can be temporary goals, moment to moment. It is a long term goal. See, that means what? The Upanishadic Jnana, Shraddha has not come in us. Means, Shraddha in the Tattva, which is studied by us from the Upanishad, has not arisen in us. Shraddha in the sense, the reality alone is real, achieving that alone is moksha. This spashtata has not come to us. Agar hai, it also leads to the other consequential understanding that everything other than that Paramatma is not only projected but also limited, not only limited but also perishable, not only perishable, but if we pursue, it makes us to feel perishable, it makes us to feel limited, it binds us. और ये सारा इन शास्त्रों का अध्ययन का consequence. Therefore, even Bhagwan comes and forces me. These cannot be my goals. Even if Bhagavan kills me, beats me, still I will tell him, "Ki this alone is my goal." That much spashtata has to come. Everything else is followed only after that and follows easily. And never happens if this first thought has not come. And in that, as we added the other day, the word, the sense of urgency, the restlessness to achieve it, the positive one, which keeps us on the path. Not that restlessness which has a negative meaning for which it is mainly most of the times used. Yes, true, restlessness is the worst disease we should never have. But here we are using the word not with that negative meaning. That's why pause, you give a slash and say restlessness or sense of urgency. They are the ones we have to develop. नहीं तो क्या, along with others we also celebrate न्यू ईयर, along with others न्यू ईयर सेलिब्रेट हो गया, उसके बाद एवरीबॉडी ठंडा पड़ गया हा हू करके, and we look for some other thing to happen that somebody else will do and I'll participate in it. That means you don't have your own goal, you are not conscious of it, you are not alert about it. अरे क्या कर रहे हो फिर? That sort of clarity that this is my goal, not anything else. Not anything else is a big word. There is everything included in that for excluding or rejecting. Only one goal, this one. यही मेरा लक्ष्य है, वो नहीं है, यही मेरा लक्ष्य वो नहीं। ये कुछ साल करना पड़ता है. Okay, then comes the next one. Very interesting point. Ki, if this is my lakshya, to reach to that, whatever to be done, that I have to do. Am I doing? Why I am not doing? How can I do? So these are all internal questions that have to come up within us. We have to find the answers to them positively. Understood, na? Ki this is my goal. For that, which is the path I have to walk? How to walk? Why I am not walking? What is that pulling me? What is that holding me? How to eliminate them? How to start walking? How to continue walking? ये सारा इंक्वायरी बाद में होगा, तब उसके बाद विच इज नेसेसरी, किसके बाद, दैट दिस इज माय गोल. देन कम्स द मिलियन डॉलर क्वेश्चन. All other nonsenses, whatever we are doing, question ourselves. Now, I am not asking you. You need not ask. I ask myself, you ask yourself, when that is not my goal, why am I doing that? अरे पागल हो क्या? This is what we have to ask ourselves. When this is my goal, what I have to do to achieve? Very clear. How to do that? When this is not my goal, the world and worldliness, then why am I doing this? पागल है क्या मैं? I should not do, no? ऐसा अपने आप को समझाना. But it's all very essential, subtle, intellectual efforts. We don't even find the need of them. हमको लगता है बस क्लास में आ गए सब अपने आप हो जाएगा, या भगवान को नमस्कार किया, then he will do everything and we can sleep in slumber and stupor. ऐसा नहीं होता हो. Remember, the goal is awareness. To reach to awareness, the only way is to become absolutely aware. High level of awareness. That I am aware this of my goal. I am aware of the path to be walked towards the goal. And while doing so, उसी में इन बीच में बीच में ये क्रॉसेस आते हैं, ये सर्कल्स आते हैं, which can misguide me. The bridges will come, all of them, to something else. I have to be very alert there. And when I have to go to temple, temple is right side. I should take right turn. Na? Why am I going straight? Why am I taking left? ये ख्याल होना चाहिए कि नहीं. This we are missing it. That missing it is called tamoguna. And we are involving in those things which are not our goal. That's called as rajoguna. Always aware of what the goal to be reached and further what sadhana to be done. And doing that alone is called sattva guna. That won't happen accidentally. We have to create it. For nobody it happened just like that. If that was the case, then why all these rishis, munis spent hundreds of years, in some cases thousands of years in tapasya? उस समय वो क्या कर रहे थे? They were not waiting for God's grace without themselves doing. They were doing what they were supposed to do, which eventually invoked God's presence and anugraha. Without anugraha, phala will not happen. But anugraha will not happen without our particular necessary sadhanas. Isn't it? That is the word itself says anugraha. Anu means paschat, later on. Graha held by the Lord. It has to it has to be followed by another word. The other word is graha. Graha means holding. Holding means when I hold the God, then he holds me. That's called anugraha. After my graha, he does the anu. Of what? Again graha. Without I doing the graha, he will not do anugraha. Isn't it? If that's the case, then everybody in the world just should become mukta purushas without holding the God. हो रहा है क्या ऐसा कोई? Only those who are doing sadhana, they are proceeding, progressing. एंड जो कुछ भी कर रहे हैं वो साधना, ऐसे हम मानना बेवकूफी है. इट्स ओनली जस्टिफिकेशन. नो नो, साधना अलोन इज साधना. हाउ कैन समथिंग यू डू एंड से एवरीथिंग इज साधना? देखो, we have to rise above all these immaturities which are allowed in the initial days, not always. साधना करो तो भी साधना कहते हैं भैया. इमेजिन करो साधना नहीं होता, और बिना किए फल नहीं मिलता. इफ एनीबडी सेज सब कुछ अपने आप हो जाएगा, ही इज जस्ट लेजी फेलो. सब कुछ नहीं होता है इस सृष्टि में. इवन भगवान व्हेन ही कम्स एज अवतार, सब कुछ ऐसा होता है क्या? ही हिमसेल्फ डज इट. तो मेहनत करके कृष्ण अवतार, राम अवतार में, isn't it? Whichever the guru you see, सब कुछ होता है करके छोड़ दिए क्या? They have done it. So this is my goal, not this goal. For reaching to this goal, what is my path? This is the path. Why am I not walking? Let me walk. And then this is not my goal. This should not be my path. Then why am I doing these things? This questioning we have to do all the time. Anytime, like you feel like seeing TV. What do you get out of TV? Is that your goal? No, then why are you going for that? You want to be with your friends. What are you going to get with that? Is that your goal? No, then why are you going there? ऐसे अपने आप को पूछना है मैं हर पल ये जो नहीं करना है क्यों कर रहा हूं मत करो फिर उसके एक ही जवाब है डोंट डू दैट then why am I not doing what I am supposed to do? That answer is do, that's it. Keep doing that way. So much so that all the time through us, in us, by us, what is to be done for Paramatma Prapti, that alone is being done. Only after ensuring that we are doing every moment, that we can feel safe and secured and relaxed. Not before that. After that, only relaxation, but alertness ke saath. Like hitting the highway, driving is relaxed, but with alertness. Awareness, alertness never misses. The meaning of hitting the highway is when we have not hit the highway, when we are on the gullies or the roads, all so much of nonsensical traffic which we had to negotiate, all that is over. Now we are just on the highway, nobody to disturb. In the same way, in spirituality, hitting the highway is no more the mind, the senses, the body, the outer world, the obligations, the so called duties, the attractions, the attachments. All those things I have transcended. I am now on the path towards myself as the goal. That's called highway. But यहाँ जाने बाद alert रहना. In fact, when you hit the highway, you will be becoming monotonous. There is more chance of sleepiness. इसलिए हाईवे में ज्यादा एक्सीडेंट होते हैं गलियों में कम होते हैं गलियों में फॉर डिफरेंट रीजन द एक्सीडेंट होता है सब केयरलेसनेस रेकलेसनेस स्पीड नॉट विथ स्लीपीनेस स्लीप तो हाईवे में होता है बिकॉज सेम रोड लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस मेंटेन द स्पीड like in some lecturer speech when they speak monotonously others feel sleepy because the mind knows only multi-pointedness or zero-pointedness. It doesn't know single-pointedness because we have never trained it. That's why it sleeps. So there also, while driving, we have to be more alert, isn't it? In the same way, I have to be always conscious and alert of doing the thing which I have to do to reach to the goal which I have to. Questioning is important, being with alertness. What is my goal? What is my path? Am I walking on that? If not, why not? How to walk? So too, is this world my goal? No. If not, then why should I waste my time energy for that? जैसे बच्चों को आप कहते हो तेरे को क्लास में इतना क्लास फर्स्ट आना है तो तुम्हें दिन भर बैठना है पढ़ना है क्या तुम्हें फेल होकर इंसल्ट पाना है क्या नहीं देन व्हाई आर यू गोइंग देयर डोंट यू आस्क द चिल्ड्रन सेम थिंग फॉर अस आल्सो the pursuit and subject changes but the things are same. So, in today's common sense thought, that way, high level of alertness, pausing, looking, and proceeding. At the time of pausing, it's all questions. At the time of looking, all the plannings and preparations. And at the time of proceeding, proceeding only in that direction, which takes me towards my goal and never going in the wrong direction. ये अंदर से हर पल जब अलर्टनेस आता है ना देन वी आर मैच्योर्ड साधकर्स नहीं अभी क्या है ना न गोल क्लियर है न पाथ क्लियर है पता नहीं क्या कर रहे हैं कहाँ जा रहे हैं हर पल एट दैट मोमेंट वॉट एवर स्पोरेटिकली थॉट कम्स तो ओनली दैट वी डू इवन इन व्यवहार वी आर विदाउट गोल इन डिसिप्लिन कभी मन में आए पौधे में पानी डालते कभी मन में आए शॉप में जाते कभी मन में चल दोस्त को फोन करते हैं अरे देर शुड बी a system there is already planning there should be a clarity even to be in the world. Just like that, you can't call a fellow. First message kar, is he free or not? First of all, why should you call? Don't you have your own work? कितने बुद्धू है देखो हम दिन में. Just like that. And the worst of all that is सैर करने निकलते हैं. As if the precious human lifetime भगवान has given फुजुल में खर्च करने को. How dare we can say मैं सैर करने घूमने जा रहा हूँ? You cannot afford. You always have to walk towards the goal. Even a Jivan Mukta cannot go for sair. He will have to serve the other jivas on that path. That concept itself is wrong. Rama Kaju Kine Vinu Moi Kaha Vishrama. That is the highest. And there is no end to the Rama Karya. Therefore, there is no Vishranti to Hanuman. Puja Gurudev. If I rest, I rest. You never concept भी नहीं बनाया उन्होंने रेस्ट का. The others at the lower level who cannot achieve him, they say, don't work without rest, don't rest without work. That's the lower level. Aim at the highest. So pause, look and proceed. Be aware. So today, 2nd Jan 2026, time is this. Now the class is going on. After that class, the entire day is at my disposal. What's my goal? What are my sadhanas? इस तरह सिस्टमाइज करना है अपने आप को. Like one of the definition of maturity modernization is everything made systematic. पहले roads ऐसे होते थे. Now they're all systemized. Isn't it? The construction of the houses erratically होते थे, consuming more space and creating inconvenience to others. अब ऐसा नहीं है. ये कॉलोनी बना तो systematically it is done. Disciplined way. In that everything, the parking is there, the shoppings are there, the walking path is there, some place for playing is there, lifts are there, stairs, everything. Systemizing is called modernization. Everything in systematic. Airports, railway stations, you see, the shopping, हर चीज में मनुष्य streamline करता हुआ तरक्की पा रहा है. We have to streamline our sadhana life also. Erratically करने का खत्म हो गया चांस अभी. We have to grow mature. It is difficult. Who says it is easy? Why it's difficult? Because it involves thinking, and thinking is the most difficult thing we do. We know that to do, but no other way. Think, contemplate, decide yourself to be the spiritual seeker. All these questions पहले पूछा हमने. Are we regular to our classes or not? Has it led to us our understanding about the Brahman or not? Have you understood that that alone is real? Have you accepted that realizing that alone is moksha? ये सारे ऑलरेडी हो गए हैं. पहले वही बात की हमने, उसके बाद ही बाकी बातें कह रहे. In that stop and look, we ascertain the goals. Okay? And in that look and proceed, we are thinking this way. Are we doing exactly what we have to do? Or is there any inadvertence in not doing or wrongdoing? For all of that, thinking is required. Thinking to streamline our life. Every moment. अब देखो उसमें हर चीज आ जाता है. अब क्या बताऊं मैं, हंसोगे आप. Even our washing teeth, taking bath, cutting the nails, what do you call dressing the hair, हर चीज सिस्टमैटिकल में उसमें आना चाहिए. अब ब्रेकफास्ट टाइम, टी कॉफी टाइम, लंच टाइम, डिनर, हर एक चीज स्ट्रीमलाइंड. दैट इज कॉल्ड योग. कर्मसु कौशलम कहा ना, दैट्स द योग. एंड व्हाट इज रोग? मानसिक. कब क्यों कर रहे हैं क्या पता ही नहीं हमको. नींद में ही कर रहे हैं, आधा पिया हुआ. पूरा पे तो कम से कम सो जाता है वो. We are all really tell you, there was one kevat who took Rama across Ganga and we are all pivot. हमेशा ऐसा होता है हमारा जिंदगी कि in the intoxication on. तमोगुण कहते हैं उसको. How can you be every moment we have to be alert? What we have to do, what we have to achieve. Why this doesn't happen to us? Because we are in our mind lost. So many raga, so many dvesha, so many of egos, so much of vengeance. ये सारा nonsense our mind में खचरे के रूप में है. Like in our house, so many unwanted things are there. Therefore, write things where to place. You don't have place, or even if you put it, all the nonsense covers it. You forget where you have put it. होता है कि नहीं, घर में इतने चीजों में घूम ही गया वो, टेबल में 100 चीजें होते हैं। देन द मेन थिंग यू, आधा घंटा लगता है ढूंढने को। इन द सेम वे इन आवर माइंड, अनवांटेड इंटरेस्ट इन द पीपल, इन द थिंग्स, इन द बीइंग, क्या जरूरत है यार, कोई मर रहा है जाने दो, यू डू योर साधना। Everything is interesting to important to us other than our sadhana. Highest bevakufi is this. We as a human beings came first of all for our own evolution. Living a life of 80, 90 years, not minding it for even a moment, and all through the time life only worried, concerned on any pretext, on any other nonsense is the highest immaturity and failure of life. That's it. We do that only. Everything is important. अरे कोई सिनेमा कर, why are you interested? You don't you have your own spiritual goal? कोई क्रिकेट खेल रहा है, मूर्खों के लिए हो, not for you. For us, you sadhana. That should come from within. स्वामी अब ऐसा कैसे कहते, इवन प्लेयर्स को मैं कहता हूँ, बहुत खेला, रोक, अब बैठ के ध्यान कर. Not only to the onlookers, to the players also we say, how can you leave the Paramatma as a Lakshya and do something else? When we are convinced about it, we have the audacity to say whether others listen or not, follow or not. And we maintain our dignity not to share it with everyone. Those who are ready to listen, only to them we tell. If they are not listening, they're arrogant, then we back out. We say, I'm sorry. Nothing wrong in that. वो बंदा जब डिजर्व नहीं करता सुनने को, हम क्यों सुने? I'm just example there है बस. In this world, a million things enchanting. All of that is Maya. Only one thing is most enchanting, that is Paramatma. First reach it. These are the things prove that we are immature. We are not clear in our understanding. To give that understanding, only all these Upanishads, all our satsangas. But how much serious, how much sincere, that is subjective. Na? Ghoda can be taken to the waters. You can't make it drink. Gurus can teach. They cannot make us learn. We have to learn. I can tell you, but I can't force you to learn. No, how can it be? It's not in my hands. I cannot make you sit also. अब कितने बार उठ के चले अभी तक पिछले आधे घंटे में, I don't know. It is our responsibility. Right? Thank you. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo. Om Yerime Gurubhih Purvam. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam. Om Nidaye Sarva Vidyanam. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् ओम करुणावरुणालय पालय माम्. ओम ब्रह्मानंदम परम सुखदम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदा आचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद उक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवद शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थं कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. आदौ पारायणं तृतीयोऽध्यायः. ओम नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्. अथ पारायणं तृतीयोऽध्यायः. 4, 5, 6. ओम यो देवानां प्रभवश्चोद्भवश्च विश्वाधिपो रुद्रो महर्षिः हिरण्यगर्भं जनयामास पूर्वं स नो बुद्ध्या शुभया संयुनक्तो याते रुद्रशिवा तनोः अघोरा अपापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुवा शन्तमया गिरिशन्ताविचाकशैः या विशुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते विवर्ष्यस्तवे शिवां गिरित्रतां कुरु माहिगंसीः पुरुषं जगत् ॐ शान्तिः 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 अथ अध्ययनं षष्ठोऽध्यायः चैंट द मंत्र नंबर 11th ॐ एको देवः सर्वभूतेषु गूढः सर्वव्यापी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा कर्माध्यक्षः सर्वभूताधिवासः साक्षी चेता केवलो निर्गुणश्च one of the very powerfully quoted mantra because in these 11 shabdas 11 pointers are given for us to meditate and reach not to the 11 pointed but only one pointed. Okay. एको देवः सर्वभूतेषु गूढः सर्वव्यापी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा कर्माध्यक्षः सर्वभूताधिवासः साक्षी चेता केवलो निर्गुणश्च 11 शब्द बाय हार्ट किया ना कि नहीं मंत्र बाय हार्ट करना है बाय इंटेलेक्ट करना है बाय माइंड करना है बाय प्रैक्टिस भी करना है ओके कर्माध्यक्ष फ्रॉम देयर वी सी द अर्लियर थिंग्स ऑलरेडी रिपीटेड ट्वाइस ही इज कर्माध्यक्ष मीन्स सर्व प्राणीकृत विचित्र कर्म अधिष्ठाता सर्व प्राणीकृत विचित्र कर्म अधिष्ठाता we have seen yesterday. Without his presence, nobody can even exist. Forget about doing some karma. Once the existence is because of his presence, obviously, all karmas also have to be attributed to his presence. But ask him, are you doing anything? He said, I don't need, I'm infinite. Only finite beings need to do something. But it is said in Purana Itihasa that you also do, that's my Leela. That's not a samsara, that I do something for getting something. That doesn't become karma. I am not a karta, I am not a bhokta. I am only Leela Manusha Vigraha. You know, Krishna's Ashtotra, no? Leela Manusha Vigrahaya Namaha. Even Rama Ashtotra also it comes. Leela Manusha Vigrahaya Namaha. So, are you getting the point? Bhagavan doesn't do karma. Without his presence, none of us do karma. Our karmas do not affect him. That relationless relation between him and the karma that are happening in the Jagat, we should know. Absolutely may no karma in the absolute self. In the relative world, there are karmas. In the relative world, the Ishvara karma is one side, is Leela, second side, catering to the Jivas, their evolution. For the Jivas, again, the three karmas, the Papa karma, the Punya karma, Sadhana karma. All these have to become very clear in our understanding. Then relate them to oneself. And what is the relation of myself with this wisdom is I have to become the karta of the karma. And that karma must be the swadharma karma, the punya karma, the adhyatmika sadhana karma. Adharma karma, papa karma, samsara karma, I should not do. Okay. Point one. Point two. These cannot be done without His grace. Therefore, invoke His grace. These have been done by His grace before. Therefore, offer them to Him. What should be the sankalpa? Rise above all the kartrutva, karma, karma phala. Why? In that only there is samsara. Doing the anvaya of this knowledge to ourselves is this way. Bhagavan karma adhyaksha. Finally, I also reached to that state of Karmadhyakshata. That in my presence things are happening. I am not the doer because I have nothing to gain. Only जिसको कुछ पाना है उसको कुछ करना पड़ता है. Karmadhyaksha. So Karmadhyaksha Shabda understood from Paramatma standpoint and how we have to utilize it for our sadhana. Siddhasya lakshanani sadhakasya sadhanani. Paramatma also is Siddha Purusha. Karmadhyaksha. So Sarva Prani Kruta Vichitra Karma Adhishtata. That Sarva Prani includes the Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara and their Vichitra Karma include Srushti Sthiti Laya. And in the Vichitrata of Brahma Srushti, needless to say, how many Vichitra things are there in this world? No two trees are same. No two branches of one tree are same. No two secondary branches are same. No two leaves are same. पकते है कि नहीं? No two flowers are same. No two petals are same. दो बाल आपके इकट्ठे एक तरह नहीं होते वो. है ना? दो बाल एक तरह नहीं होते नहीं स्वामी जी, दो बाल है ही नहीं. अच्छा ठीक है. For you some other example. Your two fingers are not same, two hands are not same. You all see na that QR code, crores and crores of QR codes, but they are not same. Huh? दो तभी जाकर एग्जैक्टली दे आर गोइंग टू द रेस्पेक्टिव प्लेस. क्यूआर कोड जान सारे मनी ट्रांसफर एंड ऑल द थिंग्स. दैट इज द विचित्रता ऑफ ब्रह्मदेवा सृष्टि. भगवान शंकराज भाष्य में एक्सप्लेनिंग सर्व प्राणी कृत विचित्र कर्म अधिष्ठाता. आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग सर्व प्राणी में ब्रह्म हो गया. अब विथ विचित्र सृष्टि व्हेन ब्रह्मा हैज डन, विष्णु आल्सो हैज टू डू द मेंटेनेंस ऑफ इट इन विचित्र फॉर्म. ही क्रिएट्स एंड लिव्स. अब विष्णु हैज टू मेंटेन. उनको खाना दो, उनको उसे नहला दो, उनको कपड़े पहनाओ, उनको चंदन बिंदी लगाओ, पाउडर लगाओ. ऑल दिस इज मेंटेनेंस वर्क. विष्णु डज इट as per the vichitrata of the created world. So much is the vichitrata maintenance. You can't give the घास post to the tiger. उसको नॉन वेज ही देना पड़ेगा. You can't give नॉन वेज to the cow. उसको वेज ही देना पड़ेगा. That's called vichitra karma Vishnu has to do. Example I am there. Now the Shiva Bhagavan, he also will have to do Vichitra Rupa and the karma, giving the end to the beings. That's why in this world, no two people die same way at same time. Even though the accident or bhukampa are same time, say a bhukampa ho gaya 500 log mare, none of the 500 died in same way. किसी का हार्ट अटैक हो गया, किसी का दम घुट के मर गया, कोई फियर से मर गया, कोई धीरे धीरे मर गया, कोई हाथ पैर टूट के. No two people also die same way. No two beings die same way. Never. Die common, but not same way. That is what Shiva's Vichitra karma. I am giving example. In the same way, the different karmas of Indra, Varuna, Vayu, Agni, Kubera, they are all called Sarva Prani Krutame, higher beings. So too, the Yaksha, Kinnara, Kempurusha, Siddha Charana. Whatever the karmas they are doing for themselves, they are doing for the people whom they consider their own, they are doing for the total world, they are doing for the Ishvara. This is how karmas are done for the Ishvara, for the total world, for the unknown people, for the known people, for myself. विचित्र कर्म. आप सुबह से कितने विचित्र कर्म किए होंगे, है ना? सुबह पत्नी को उठाया, by the time she washed the teeth, you made your coffee, etc. Gave her, took her permission, and you took it. She said, yes, पी लो, अब जाओ नाश्ता बनाओ. All that विचित्र कर्म, whatever we do. सुबह सुबह भगवान is there as अध्यक्ष. Then the other prani, as I told you, sarva prani mein फिर all pashus, their vichitra karma. The best thing is monkeys. Monkeys and puppy, you can never get bored when you have them in your house. They are so vichitra karma, you are engrossed in them. You can get lost in them. And don't do that. Your goal is Brahman. Please. Don't say स्वामी जी ने कहा बंदर को देखो फिर मैं आईना देख रहा हूँ. Don't do that. You see only Brahman in आईना. Sarva prani krita vichitra karma adhishtata. Then the Pakshi, they have Vichitra Karma. The Kida Makoda, he is seeing that also. He is the Adhishtata. In that mosquito, only one mosquito. You can't catch it. And whole night आपके कान में आकर गूं गूं करती रहती है. And the purpose of it is get up, it is time for you to meditate. You don't listen. Then वो अपना काम करके जाता है खून पी के. Vichitra karma, that mosquito, bacteria, it is doing its own Vichitra karma. Don't hate the bacteria. If the bacteria are not there, we can't be alive only. The whole world is run by the bacteria. The decompositions which they do with which we are alive, otherwise we'll die only. The good bacteria, healthy bacteria, नहीं है तो जिंदगी होता नहीं. Your curd, milk will never become curd only. Your fertilizers can never come only in the world without those bacteria. कोई भी जीव इस सृष्टि में व्यर्थ नहीं होता. बस किसको कहाँ यूज करना है वो देखना है. कोई चीज इधर ठीक है तो उधर ठीक नहीं है, थोड़ा वहां बच के रहना. दैट्स इट. दैट वे ही इज द अध्यक्ष अधिष्ठाता फॉर द कर्म डन बाय ऑल द प्राणीज. विचित्र कर्म, सर्व प्राणी कृत विचित्र कर्म अधिष्ठाता. देन द सर्व प्राणी में इन द ह्यूमन बीइंग्स. नो, अभी क्या बताऊं मैं. एवरी प्रोफेशनल डज हिज ओन विचित्र कर्म. Doctors, what they do, the lawyers don't do. They are their own Vichitra Karma. And in the doctors, there are 200 branches. Each one is Vichitra Karma. Vichitra is not funny, different. Vichitra means unique, variety of karma. And all lawyers are not same. Criminal lawyer, civil lawyer, and in civil में फिर so many are there. सर्व प्राणी कृत विचित्र कर्म. So a group of drivers, they do driving, but उसमें भी अलग है फिर. ट्रक ड्राइवर, लॉरी ड्राइवर, ट्रेन ड्राइवर, टैक्सी ड्राइवर अलग होते हैं. I can everywhere cook. Cook is common word, but there are 100 types of them. North Indian, South Indian, East Indian, West Indian, Central Indian. जानवरों को मार के बनाने वाला, खाना खिला के मारने वाला, every type of a cook. Cooks are there. I only make beverages, he says. I only make breakfasts. I am fixed only in that. I only make, the dairy product items. Other things I cannot do, he says. तो मैं केवल साउथ इंडियन वाले बनाता हूँ बस. Dosa, just before throwing it, put it on the pan and you eat it. The next level of that is pizza. Sarva prani krita vichitra karma adhyaksha. Okay, next one is what? Sarva bhuta adhivasaha. Next one is Sarva pranishu vasati ityartaha. He is there in all beings. As what? Atma rupena. Sarva pranishu vasati. Next one is today's word we have to see Sakshi. Sarvesham Bhutanam Sakshi Sarvadrashta. He being consciousness, consciousness being all pervading, it is conscious of everything. Sakshat Drashtari Sanyayam iti Smaranat. In the Panini Sutra, the Sutra comes that Sakshi means Sakshat Drashtari. When the word used is Sakshi, it means he is the one who is watching everything in this world. ये साक्षी शब्द का फिर कुछ चीजें सीखना है. टुमारो विल टच मोर. इतना कह लो, ही इज वाचिंग. इफ यू आस्क हिम, ही विल हेल्प. इफ यू आस्क हिम द हेल्प फॉर द पॉजिटिव, ही विल हेल्प फॉर द पॉजिटिव. फॉर द नेगेटिव, ही विल हेल्प. ही इज साक्षी. इसलिए देयर आर सो मेनी दुष्ट राक्षसास, चोर लोग, टेररिस्ट. They also pray to the God and get the powers to do the destructive karma. And there are so many saints, sages, good-hearted human beings who invoke God's grace to do the service-oriented karma. साक्षी है वो. कर्माध्यक्ष और साक्षी दोनों कट्टा समझ लेना. सो साक्षात द्रष्टरि संज्ञायाम सर्वेषां भूतानां साक्षी सर्वद्रष्टा. ओके, फिर दैट सर्वेषां भूतानां साक्षी, साक्षी को exhaustively samjho. We will not explain. An idea we give. Of all beings is Sakshi Drashta means every being's birth, every being's every moment's growth, every being's every doings at every moment, and his departure and where he is going. Everything he is aware of. Like a small child born squirrel. Bhagavan knows. Sakshi. And at the time of birth, that fellow looks so shabby, funny, like that he continues for 1 month. एक month का the muscles, all of them start building. Then he looks lookable now. उससे पहले तो yeah, you don't even feel like touching. Then after 3, 4, 5 months, he is fed up by everybody at home. Then he becomes chubby, chubby. Lord is watching all the growth of that child. That's the meaning of Sakshi. Okay, Sarvesham Bhutanam Drashta, Sarva Drashta. Every beings, everything he sees. And that child overfed or less fed, or he has got some mosquito bite, some fever, some viral infection. Bhagavan sab jant his growth. And what he does once he starts knowing something to do, बच्चे ना अप टू द एज ऑफ 1, 1.5 year एक ही होता है उसका पशु की तरह खाओ खाओ बस. There's no other. There's anything you give them, put in the mouth. But when they see other people, other than eating, they are doing other thing also, eating the brain of others. He starts doing something. Then all the karma of that fellow, when he starts doing, Bhagavan is watching. Throughout life it goes on. Sarva drashta, clear of everyone. With intelligence he is doing something, arrogantly is doing something, with wisdom, with foolishness, with clarity of vision, with confusion, with proper guidance or misguidance. People are working in this world, he is watching all that. Sabka sakshi. And all the modifications that are happening. So in other words, देह इंद्रिय प्राण मनो बुद्धि में जो भी हो रहा है वो सब भगवान जानते of every being. वो सुखी है या दुखी है या दुख frustrated है, whatever it is, he is drashta. Finally, that body, that jiva leaves that sharira, Bhagavan is watching. Then he knows where that fellow has to be sent, he will be sent there. So it is Sakshi explained to you, and Sakshi is a sadhana for us. Yesterday we have seen, no? In the वाक्यवृत्ति ग्रंथ मुझे ग्रंथ का भी नाम याद नहीं अब कितने के याद रखे इट टेक्स 2 seconds टू रिमेम्बर सडनली इट वोंट वाक्यवृत्ति न सत्यानंद स्वरूप धी स्वरूप सत्यानंद स्वरूपम धी साक्षिणम ज्ञान विग्रहम चिंतयात्मतया नित्यम त्यक्त्वा देहादिगाम धियम साक्षी शब्द के we are the Sakshi for all the Devrittis. And everything that's happening, we are Sakshi. Sakshi भाव डेवलप करो तो बढ़िया साधना होगा. Sakshi. Then next Cheta. What is Cheta sir? Chetaita. Chetaita means prachodan करने वाला. Means the dead matter is all these upadhis. But each upadhi is able to do its work. That ability to do its work is Chetaitrutvam. That is because of Lord. That's why when that person dies, suddenly the Chetana in him goes away. All the faculties which were so dynamically working, जैसे बिजली ठप होते हैं सारा रेफ्रिजरेटर कहो कूलर कहो फैन कहो वॉशिंग में सब एकदम रुक जाते पंखा घूमना रुक जाता है सिर्फ मेरा बोलना नहीं रुकेगा बिकॉज आई हैव इन्वर्टर Do you understand? Same way, when the Lord withdraws from it, all the faculties of that Sharira stop working. आंख देख रहा था, कान सुन रहा था, नाक सूंघ रहा था, जिह्वा मांग रहा था और दे भाई पैदा हुआ हूँ खाने के लिए all that was going on. That is every tongue or every organ doing their work is called Chetaitrutvam. He is the one in whose presence all that is. Everything, the inner 9 systems, whichever function make the body function, physiological, Chetayita. you know, the beating of the heart by him only. The peculiar art of digesting the food. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashrita. He does the blood circulation. Through that, the energy is supplied to all organs, rather every cell. Cells put together are organs, isn't it? Sara wahi karta. Chetayita. Then the mouth to talk, then the legs to walk, the hands to work. कहाँ से आ रहा है उनमें चेतना में वही? And the mind to feel, buddhi to think, which we are yet to start. We have not started thinking by ourselves for ourselves, especially spirituality के लिए. दूसरे चीजें सोचे होंगे, घर बनाओ, पैसे बनाओ, ये सब. That has all been done. But ये वाला भी somebody telling us, we have not started for ourselves. Anyway, chetayita is that meaning. Then the kevalaha and nirgunaha. Kevala is nirupadikaha, nirguna means satvadiguna rahitaha. These two words explain karke, equally beautiful, powerful. Next mantra 12 will start tomorrow. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamadaha Om Shruti Matre Namaha Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you very much. Ammaya. स्टडी गीता आ जाओ टाइम